無益な戦いをするつもりはない。そのために得た力だ。
トルメンタル
ジャイアントスレシブロンブリーチブレイブソウルズ。
Alright, what is going on, you guys? This is your boy the Best Masher, and welcome back to yet another Bleach Brave Souls video. And today we are going to be updating not one but two of the tier lists that I've made in the past. So we are going to be updating both the 1000-year Blood War tier list as well as the Can't Fear Your Own World tier list, basically ranking the characters from best to worst, as you guys have seen previously in my previous videos. Now, of course, we did get a couple new characters, whereas with Can't Fear Your Own World, we got round 10 of the actual banner, including Ginjo, Tsukishima, and Mayuri, and then with 1000-year Blood War, Ichigo, and Rukia. Now, the reason why I took a while to make the actual video is because, well, for starters, with 1000-year Blood War, it was only 2 characters, and I felt like the video would be way too short and there would be little to no changes to the actual tier list, so I decided to wait until KLab would announce another 1000-year Blood War banner to pretty much update it, but unfortunately that didn't come to fruition. And then with Can't Fear Your Own World, the reason why I also chose to delay it a bit was to pretty much see how the bonus ability update would impact the game, and as far as we know, well, it didn't really impact it as much as we would actually think it would be, so yeah, pretty much decided to wait for that. So, what was the solution here? To update both the tier lists into one unique video, basically ending off the tier lists for the 1000-year Blood War and the Can't Fear Your Own World characters. So, yeah, with that further said and done, let us go ahead and begin. Anyways, let us go ahead and begin by updating the Can't Fear Your Own World tier list first, because there is little to barely any changes that we need to pretty much apply. So for power, I think it's alright, Nelyo being the worst, Dordoni being second worst, then Nell being up there, Shunsui being the third best, Hikone second best, and then Shinji being the best out of all the power characters. You can't really go wrong with this type of list. I think it's alright as is. Tech, I do think it's the same thing, even though there is a bit of controversy between Halibel and Stark, but let's be honest here. Stark has a way more consistent kit, and he can actually pull out his essays much faster compared to Halibel, whereas Halibel, her best use is to pretty much provide support and be able to do an insane amount of damage with her strong attacks, making her a valuable asset for epic raids and inheritance trials for when the actual enemies are Arankars, while Stark is pretty much the faster unit to pretty much go through. So yeah, that's all that really needs to be said. Speed is also fine the way it is, in my opinion, Seinosuke being the worst, and then Kisuke being the best, and the way of how it's portrayed, I think there's nothing wrong with it. Mind too, I see no issues, I think it's fine, just about the way it is. Maybe I could rank Cirucci up above Zalapro, or Zalapro above Cirucci, but Zalapro does have Havoc, so he does have that going for him. And Heart, I think it's fine, just about the way it actually is, in my opinion. And yeah, there isn't really that many changes I need to go over here. But anyways, let us go ahead and talk about the new characters, being Ginjo, Tsukishima, and Mayuri. So starting off directly with Ginjo. Ginjo, he is by far the best power NAD flurry character that we have gotten into the game thus far, and pretty much marking him as, well, one of the best flurry characters that we have gotten out there, because he does have flurry, a nice bruiser of 40% along with a normal attack damage of 25%, guard break, follow-up, which basically allows him to hit enemies that have been downed, and also has weakened defense, making his soul bomb extremely useful for when you pretty much are playing as him in epic raids and for when you're actually manually playing in co-op. So other than that, this guy is a very valuable asset. My only complaint with this character is that he does not have any type of boost on his second strong attack, and in my opinion, if he had that, he'd literally be at the same tier as Tokinata, because he has very good strong attacks too, being the 2500 length beam move, a second strong attack being the shockwave style pushback vortex. Of course, it's basically to keep you protected and whatnot, so it's alright for what it is, and then his third strong attack being 975 radius. The normal attack damage string, obviously it's basically the same as Tokinada's, slightly faster than Tokinada's in my opinion, but other than that, this character just has it all, but the boost and the status ailments. But honestly, he really does not need status ailment because he already does an absurd amount of damage with the stats and the skills that he has set in stone. So where am I going to actually rank Ginjo? And honestly, this is kind of a tough one because I have to put it definitely above Shunsui. However, I'm a bit indecisive whether to put him above Hikone or below Hikone. Now, Hikone, he does have Sprinter +2, Frenzy, and Havoc, and has a near perfect kit, minus the second strong attack. Actually, you know what, let's keep Ginjo here. I think it's just fine the way he actually is. He's perfect. He's a very damn good Nat Flurry character, but if he actually had a boost, I'd definitely put him at number 1. But it is what it is, so I'm keeping him here at number 3. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at Mayuri since he is a tech character. Now, Mayuri, of course, he has the Espada Killer. So for when it comes to Inheritance Trials, that is the only mode in which he is going to have a bit of a rough time trying to clear, unless he is 5 out of 5 with 500 SP on the extra stat boost slot and is fully transcended, and of course at 20/20/20, because if you have him at that, you have no problems with trying to be able to clear, because he does have weakening on everything. He also can revive on his special, has Frenzy, Berserker at 20% with Havoc at 20%, Guard Break. He can also increase the speed droplet that you get, so very useful for when running him into droplet trials and being able to stack as many droplets as you can. And he has the best kit in the game, 3000 length beam move on the first, second strong attack being the 960 radius in front of him, and then the third strong attack being 1200 radius. Very, very great kit. In my opinion, it would have been better if he actually had a higher Berserker. If he had a higher Berserker, then it would have pretty much sealed the deal and would also help combat the Espada Killer. But other than that, for everything else related to PvE in Inheritance Zone, just get his SP to level 10 and you'll still be able to kill off just fine. Killer isn't really needed except for Inheritance Trials. And even then, this character is just stupidly good. He is the second best tech character for a very good reason, which is right behind Machine Society Nemu. So where am I going to put Mayuri? At number 1, baby. And number 1, Stark's kit is insane. It is, however, him not having any type of Berserker and the first strong attack being an 1500 length beam move is not exactly the best. Well, Mayuri just has a way better status element being weakening and just has a way better first strong attack and can help provide support to the team. And now up next is the Can't Fear Your Own World Tsukishima. Now, Tsukishima is a PvP character. However, this is by far one of the best PvP-based flurry characters that we have gotten in the game after Weaken, where in PvE, when being played as, he is actually insanely good because he has Flurry with Long Reach for starters, he also has Poise, and he can also boost on his second strong attack, and with the Drain status element that he has on all of his attacks, you will be healing non-stop and also draining the enemy's mob's health just fine. So for when it comes to surviving and being able to auto, he's by far the best out of all the speed flurry characters that we have gotten to date. His Soul Bomb has a use and he can also weaken defense. So for when it comes to killing off the final waves of mobs and the final boss, he will get the job done regardless, despite having the Stern Ritter killer. Like I said, you don't really need killers for Inheritance Zone because, again, Transcendence. Like, once you get his attack to level 10, it's basically game over for all the enemy mobs. He will get the job done regardless. He has the same exact Nat string as Weaken because he does have Long Reach. His first strong attack is a Lunge. Second strong attack is, guess what? A Walking Vortex. And also can boost on his second strong attack. His third strong attack is also Full Screen. This character plays exactly like 1000-Year Blood War Soifon. Exactly like her. Now, of course, he's not going to be doing the same damage as her, but for what he does, it is insanely, insanely, insanely good. So where am I going to place Tsukishima? This guy, in my opinion, I do want to say that he's the second best Nat Flurry character that we have gotten for speed, and the first best one being White Ichigo. So, if I'm being honest, I have to place him not at the worst, but if I'm being honest, right here above Charlotte. Like, I think it's the best place where I can pretty much give him. Now, of course, he's not going to be clearing as fast as most SP units. Like, I still think Paragon will still be able to get the job done despite his drawbacks and whatnot, but he is still insanely good to be able to play as regardless. And yeah, that basically wraps up the entire Can't Fear Your Own World tier list, and now let us move on to making the changes to the 1000-year global tier list. Now, power, I see no change that needs to pretty much be done. I think it's fine the way it is. There's no adjustments that needs to be changed. Tech, same exact thing. I see nothing that needs to be changed here. It's fine just the way it is. Speed, same exact thing. Nothing needs to be changed. Now, Mind, there is one thing that we do need to change, and that is Bankai Kenpachi's position. Now, thanks to the new bonus ability update, you can now give units an extra flash step. So once you get this unit, 15, 15, 15, he will go from being a very mediocre character to being just as good as Zombie Toshiro, because of the fact that he has Sprinter. Now, that being said, I'm still not going to put him above Zombie Toshiro just because of the simple fact that he lacks the status elements and he also lacks recharge. If he had all of them, I'd definitely put him above Zombie Toshiro and keep him at 3rd place of the Mind list. But he's staying where it's at, and it's great to see that Kenpachi finally made his comeback, because I feel like it definitely was well overdue for Kenny to get a nice update to actually make him playable, and I'm glad that at the very least the update came through and actually saved this character from being a bad character. So it's definitely is great to see, and fortunately we do not have to wait for his resurrection to be fully good. Now, let's hope that by the time his resurrection comes out, he still does get Havoc with recharge, because if he gets that, boom, I'm definitely gonna put him above Zombie Toshiro and maybe possibly above Remy. I don't know, but it's good to see that he is back. Now, for Heart, maybe one change can actually be made, but I want to know your opinions in the comment section below if you think this is right or not. But I think putting Mayuri above Ichigo does help out because of the fact that now with the bonus ability update, his weakened defense can actually now stack, making the Soul Bomb a lot better, and you can now give him Long Stride to pretty much be able to clear fast. Now, yes, he will still have the same problem of, well, having the SA3 being 900 radius, and there's nothing we can really do about it, but at the end of the day, Ichigo basically is going to be providing support to the team because of the fact that he has the second strong attack that can actually boost, and you'll have to wait for like 20 seconds. But Mayuri, on the other hand, he has the lunge, he has the beam. It's just his third strong attack that keeps him at bay and at a constant competition between true Bankai Ichigo, but I feel like this bonus ability update will help make him a bit better as an actual playable character to play as, and do keep in mind that he does have paralysis on everything. And yeah, that's basically all that pretty much needs to be said in terms of the changes to the actual tier list. Now, let us go ahead and talk about the units first before adding them. So starting off directly with Rukia. Rukia, I do want to say that she is by far the second best power character that we have gotten in the game overall, and also the best 1000-year global power character that we have gotten in the game overall, because of the fact that she does have Frenzy with Havoc at 20%, Berserker at 60%, damage to frozen enemies at 20%. She can also recover stamina in between quests, so it can actually make a good use of the full stamina damage boost links in PvE should you be unable to dodge a lot of enemy mobs' attacks. And most importantly, she has freeze on everything, as well as the transformation mechanic, but not on her special. Rather, she has it as an actual button beside the attack screen. Literally, like, all you need to do is just tap the button, and you'll be going into the Bankai state for Rukia for a good 20 seconds. Once the 20-second transformation runs out, you only need to wait for 10 seconds before you can actually transform back. So in other words, it's an almost infinite transformation, and the mags do change for her strong attacks, where they go from 120% mag to 150% mag. Now, what about her kit? She has the lunge on SA1. She has the 960 radius in front of her on the SA2, and then she has a full screen 1200 radius. Like, that is so good. The only problems that this character has is the fact that, for starters, she cannot nullify melee resistance. In my opinion, this is kind of what hurts her and what pretty much keeps 5th anniversary Ichigo being on top compared to her. And the second thing is that, well, this is just a minor detail, but like, you cannot really reset your strong attacks as you normally would with a character that has the transformation mechanic on the special. It is a small drawback, but at the end of the day, you'll be able to do consistent damage at all times with this character, making her very good. Now, I'm gonna be real here. Rukia's placement, I think I'm gonna have to put her above Lilebaro, however the hell you want to pronounce his name. Now, yes, Lilebaro, he does have the beam, so he does have the way better kit compared to Rukia, but because she also has a Ronker and a Spada Killer, and all of those things that I've stated above that she can actually perform, I do feel like that Rukia has way more value than Lie, in my personal opinion. Now, sure, she doesn't have hit underground enemies. You can still give her a Zeta Pill, and she'll basically still be doing the exact same damage that Lilebaro would be doing, if not a bit better because of the transformation mechanic, so it's not a big loss at the end of the day. Plus the status ailments, she'll be able to stop all the mobs at once with her strong attacks, as she does have an innate skill which consists of having a 10-second disabler. So for 10 seconds, you have a very high chance of being able to inflict freeze on all of your attacks, making that much of a deadly unit. Now, I still think that Lile will still be able to clear faster than her, just because of the fact that he does have the SA1 being the 3000 length beam move, but Rukia is just a lot stronger than him. And that's just my overall personal opinion. It all comes down to personal preference at the end of the day. Let me know in the comment section below. And now, last but not least, 1000-year blower, 10 years later, Ichigo, Daddy Ichigo, to be precise, because this guy has it all. And the only problem that this guy has is the fact that his second strong attack is a 20-second cooldown strong attack. But even then, his use in guild quests, epic raids, PvE, it is still phenomenal, because let me just go ahead and take a look at everything that this character has. So on his special, he has a chance to be able to insta-kill, but hold on, that's not all. Frenzy with Havoc at 20%, Berserker at 60%, Bombardment, Enhancer plus 10 seconds, Sprinter plus 2, and Marauder. So he already is able to nullify melee resistance and also have guard break on the exact same skill, and he performs exactly like Noel. The only difference is that his second strong attack will take a good amount of time for it to come back, and that's just about it. But other than that, his kit is perfect. He has the 3000 length beam move, he has the 960 radius AoE in front of him, and then the third strong attack is 1200 radius full screen. Very great unit. I don't see this unit getting replaced anytime soon. I still do think that Noel is better than Ichigo for when it comes to clearing general content in PvE and for when it comes to bringing her into extreme co-op, but this guy has it all. Not to mention, he also has Soul Reaper and Captain Killer. So yeah, just like Rukia, where she has a Spada and a Ronker Killer, he too has dual killers, being Soul Reaper and Captain Killer, making him that much of a devastating unit. So where do I place Ichigo? Honestly, this goes without question. He's going to be at number 1. He goes at number 1 directly. He is the best out of all the mined 1000-year blower units that we have gotten to date, and he is not going to be replaced anytime soon. And that basically concludes the tier lists for both the 1000-year blower characters and the Can't Fear World characters. Now, do you guys agree or disagree with the lists? Let me know in the comment section below, leaving out your honest thoughts and opinions, your own valid criticism, and how you guys think I can actually improve the lists. Now, yeah, I may not be touching these lists for a good while until we do get more Thousand Year Blower and Campfire Road characters, but honestly, where I see Campfire Road right now, I think it's pretty much done. I think we're going to be moving along with Spirits Are Forever With You whenever that comes out. And Thousand Year Blower, there is still room for improvement, because at the end of the day, we will be getting more characters in the future. It's just that for now, they are on break, since we still do not have all the actual characters. And heck, for all we know, for a lot of the older characters like Thousand Year Blower Aizen, True Bankai Ichigo, Yuha, there is still a possibility to get remakes of these characters, so whether we see that happen or not, that is yet to be determined. Anyways, thank you guys for watching this video. If you guys have actually enjoyed this one, don't forget to smash that like button, share this video with your friends and family, subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already, and hit the bell notification so that way you guys are up to date with my most recent videos. And yeah, that is all that really needs to be said. And also, don't forget to also follow me on Twitter, link will be in the description below, and to also join the Discord server. Everything will be down in the description, so that way you guys can pretty much just be able to join up, and well, yeah, that's all that really needs to be said. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Peace out, boys.